And we return. Emmett.
So we are very, very far away from the Greg maze, right?
Yeah, you could say that.
Far enough that we cannot make out what is happening to it, only that something is.
Yeah, you can tell something's happening.
Something happened.
Emmett thinks at first to hit the jets and go as fast as he can, but uh, after a moment thinks better of it. Captain, I have an idea. We might be able to get there a little bit faster.
Yes, Jumprope.
Um, if we link all of our suits to all of our walker frames together, even holding on to each other ought to be enough. We can arrange all of our primary thrust in the same direction, and
It'll allow us to speed up.
it's the same principle behind why a transformable frame is faster.
I like your thinking, Jumprope. We'll do it.
Everyone.
And yeah, we'll all attach to each other.
I'd like you all to make me a move check at a -2.
Let's hope I can make up the difference for you all. This is my dumb idea. I better pull my weight.
Ah, crap.
Roll 2.
That's currently a fail by 3. I'm tempted to use one of our dice to
We
reroll that.
got plenty of them.
What's the roll? Just double checking.
Move check -2.
Oh, that should be good. Oh, yeah, I should be good.
I'll reroll that because that was a dreadful roll, and I'm hoping to not drag the team down. So I will spend a narrative.
Bring you down to 6.
12. That is succeed by 2 now.
That is another 9 successes.
What are you looking like, Nora?
That is 4 successes.
Let me check my numbers here.
Check your numbers. As opposed to the handy dandy calculator.
That's what I'm doing. That is 7 successes from me.
11, 20, 22. By 4. And that is enough. As, you know, an equal distribution means you all get more than 5 successes, which is enough to move a long distance. As you come upon the site of the Greg Maze in a gun duel with 6 destroyers.
That's a
Oh
lot.
my god.
Thing is, about, and this is kind of novel for all of you, because you're not used to Federal ships with beam shields, is none of these destroyers can do real effective damage so on the Greg Maze because they're both facing each other. But the Greg Maze has a gun big enough to sink and any of them. So what you see happen is the Greg Maze keeps backpedaling while these destroyers keep tailing, and their torpedoes, rocketry, and gunnery basically smash either uselessly against the Greg Mace's countermeasures or its beam shield.
Captain, let's go try to shoot an engine out of one of them. Give the Greg Maze a better shot at getting away.
And there's
Also,
there is currently a dogfight in front of you. When you left S4, that reduced the Griggs Maze's strike complement down to 16 versus the 12
Yeah, they've got a lot
of
they got a lot of things here.
these internationalists.
Okay, so just to get this right, there are 16 of ours, 12 of theirs.
Mm-hmm. That's before
We're
you
making it.
Okay. Nora's going to call over to the Greg Mays. This is Nora's flight calling.
You hear, Colonel Baji say, "This is Slowplow. Hearing you loud and clear."
Any orders?
Major Guerre seems to have the dogfight mostly handled. See if you can't and give any of those ads reason to turn around.
Yes, sir. We'll try. All right. So he wants us to hit up the destroyers.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of the most effective way to do this. Can we get around? Well, if the Greg Mace knocking out their shields?
Yeah.
So we can get past these shields now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Nora's going to call over, focus on the engines, ensure that they can't chase the Greg Maze,
Yes, ma'am.
and then I'm going to do a team action maneuver for that.
Maneuver or order? I mean, I guess you could do
Order.
both.
No,
I mean-
actually, you can't.
If you use your special action for one and then your regular action for the other. Philippe did that.
Yes, that would be true.
Yeah, I'll do that.
You do whatever you like. I just food for thought, I
Yes,
guess.
'cause I'm looking at. I see Yui's are going to try to stop us. Oh. Okay. I am going to do a team action maneuver so we can actually get in. Okay, that's a 7, 115. Follow vessel.
Huh?
Wait a minute. Any negatives
Huh? Any negative?
for the
Or I
for
thought
team
you.
action?
No negative. But this will be opposed.
Okay.
So let's say grit leadership.
Great leadership. Okay. Double third die. It's 2. That is 5 successes.
So
I got a 2.
2 additional units may be pulled. Who would you like to pull?
Additional, I'm going to pull jump rope and lace.
Very well then. Which makes powder in reserve. No call. What would you like to do for your action?
All right, how close will we be to the destroyers now?
You're currently at super long.
Super long. And I'm guessing there's UEs coming for us.
Well, they'll try to interfere.
I'm going to attempt to move into long so that I can engage the engines of the destroyers.
So a snapshot?
Yes.
Very well then. Please roll me a snapshot then.
That doesn't feel right. Half that minute today. Shot, which is my goal. 6 successes.
Six successes versus my brace, which is weak, so that's a 9 versus 6, 4, 2, so 8. You get a solid hit on this Garibaldi near the rear, but I'm gonna ask you, would you like to spend a narrative point to actually take out this thing's engines, or would you like to roll to see if you get it?
We have 6 right now, right?
Mhm.
Seems like a good spend, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean it'll keep it slow, which means that the Greg Mays can focus on 3 instead of 4. All right, yeah. I'll go for narrative point in that one.
Very well then.
So we're not going for kills, we're going for to save. We're trying to.
And Blaze, I guess you're up next.
I'm honestly just going to copy Nora's notes and attempt this same maneuver on another one of these destroyers. Because right now, like the Greg Bays it's holding out because it's beam shield, but there's so many different targets. If they start being able to outmaneuver it, that could be really, really bad. So I will try.
And you know, even with a beam shield, they can pummel it to death sooner or later.
Exactly. Versus if we can give it some freedom of movement, because they also potentially have, 2 more destroyers, another frigate that could theoretically join in on this furball.
Yeah, I'm worried about them too.
Yeah, that's also what I was thinking about.
So yeah, I will attempt to move to long of a separate destroyer and do the same thing, try and put a long range snapshot into its engines.
Alrighty, please make me a snapshot. And the first Wraith will attempt to hit you. Would anyone else like to react to the first Wraith's reaction?
Sure, I will return fire on that wraith, attempting to, make it dodge or get hit.
Alrighty.
I would like to spend a narrative point to reroll because I am tired of rolling above 17.
Dog,
Today?
I don't know what it is.
Sorry, not 70. That was a. Oh, I'm bad at math. That's a 9, 12. I don't know. I added the 5 twice when I said that. Because that would be just a hit by 4, but I feel like that's probably not enough to actually do anything to.
You need more, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going to re-roll that if I may, because I am. I don't know what to do. I've got a whole nother. Where's my pot of dice? You know what? These ones are being retired for tonight. They've failed me for the last time this evening.
Send them to dice jail.
Nope, it's not the dice. It's me rolling them. That's a 12 against my snapshot of 15, so that's 4 success. It's still not very good.
What am I rolling to return fire against this wraith?
A snapshot, please.
All right.
What am I stat?
That is pretty good. That is my target is 14. I must be a fucking luck vampire. I'm so sorry. That's 8 successes. Well, he's probably not gonna get a penalty from this guy, I hope.
He actually isn't. You said 8 successes?
8 successes.
Let's see. 9, 11. 11. 3. I would like you to roll me a tiebreaker.
All right. Tiebreaker is 4.
I also rolled a 4.
Okay. Well,
1.
tiebreaker is 4 again.
As the first eighth gets out of the way. And Lace,
Mm-hmm.
you line up on one of these Garibaldis. And you pull the trigger. And you hit it towards the rear. I'm going to ask you the same thing I asked Nora. Would you like to spend an narrative point to take the uncertainty out of the roll? Or would you like to roll a 2d6 to see what you hit?
I mean, I don't want to be hogging all of our narrative points, but we've seen how I've been rolling tonight, so I think I'll just spend.
Very well, then.
My apologies to everyone.
I mean, to be fair, if the 2 destroyers are out, or at least out, like they'll be slowly brought out of range. I'm assuming we're staying with like the fight. At some point, the flak from the Greg Maze is going to be an issue for all those suits that are still in the fight.
Yeah.
Because now it's going to be entirely focused on dealing with less ships and also being able to just shoot at some of the frames still fighting. So I think that's a good trade.
True enough.
And what you all see from this Jumprope as the turn comes to you is that these destroyers are deciding to stay in formation as the Greg Maze can now start to outpace them in its backwards pedal. Jumprope.
All right. So the situation is that 2 ships have broken off. 4 ships are still following.
2 ships have been damaged in the engines and are starting to lag behind. The other 4 have decided not to break ahead of them.
Yeah.
So if you were to say totally cripple the wings of one of those already damaged ships, the others would just straight up stop.
Cripple the wing, as in the walker frame wing.
No, like the metaphorical wings of these ships.
Yeah, the remaining ones. Gotcha.
Not the remaining one of the already damaged ones.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I've read the rules for how this works. I know that I can target a specific item on the critical effect table.
That you can.
Is he the kind of guy to go for a bridge shot?
A bridge shot.
That is an item on the table. I can't think of a more immediate way to make a ship stop being a problem for a long enough time to get away. Is there a weapons thing that I could shoot instead out of curiosity? Or is that like... there it is at the top. Okay, so here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to use my special action this turn to basically try to get, fly myself into a angle where I can essentially have an assured shot on their weapon systems. The biggest cluster of them I can find.
Not their engine again? Double tapping it?
I was going to try to basically take out a bunch of their weapons.
No.
Because their engines are already hit badly.
You-
Unless the specific plan for Nora's orders is specifically the engines.
What was it?
Yes,
Was
it
it?
was the engines.
Okay, cool. In that case, I'd like to basically do a special action, move myself in through the battle to a position where I can get a good shot on the engines of these ships. And then essentially fire multiple weapons. Full shot beam rifle against one of them, and emptying my shoulder missile pods against the other.
Alrighty. I would like you to roll me tact firearm systems.
Is there any chance I can do that special action I was trying to angle for? To make this, get myself into a position to make the shot easier?
I think that's just what a snapshot would do.
Okay.
No need.
Minus 1 for shooting an extra weapon, and another 1 for targeting a specific location, I believe, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's a total of -2 on the roll.
Let's see. For my countermeasures check, that is 3
Well,
successes on my end.
I have a 1 and a 2 and a 6. I'm going to re-roll this 6 with the use of Slight Edge. Okay, that's a 1. I love gambling. I love gambling.
Total gamble core.
I love gambling.
I'd like to roll a 1.
Yeah, what is
Just
it?
once. Sorry, I ate those food.
All good.
So that is 4, 12 is 9 success.
9 success.
Success.
12.
Yeah, because I was targeting. You said tact, so it was 14 minus 2 from the penalties, so that's 12. And I got a 4 under 12, which is 9.
No, 12 damage.
Oh, 12 damage.
Which does have a effect. So, you hit the engines of one of these Garibaldis and it starts lagging very badly. And then you turn to the other one that's already been damaged and I'd like you to roll me an ordnance of the same check, essentially.
You cut out a little bit there. I heard ordnance, but not the other part. You'd like me to roll an ordnance?
Of basically the same variety. Just swap out 5
Uh,
rooms of the ordnance and give yourself an additional -2.
Oh, I was counting for the -1 on the first attack because I
Oh,
think you can
yes.
fire
Yes,
Yeah,
you're right.
you can fire multiple weapons that way, which is what I was attempting to do.
And okay then, so you turn to the left to the other one, you let off the missiles, you hit it in the engine, and that one starts lagging as well. And it seems like these destroyers are starting to break off their attack, and because the Greg Maze is wildly outnumbered, it is, once it leaves visual range, turning around and running as fast as it possibly can in a different direction. I'd all like you to do your combat fatigue.
Right. That would be which roll?
Let me see.
Grit.
I think grit makes the most sense.
7. That's a 4. I only take 1 mind damage.
Fatigue, grit. It is time for me to absolutely eat shit.
1.
Yeah, that's a failure. My target for these is 3.
You know what I'm only hearing with that? You need to improve your athletics, noodle boy.
A success on grit fatigue check.
Yeah, success for me as well.
And I roll. It's a D3 for this, right?
Correct.
It's a 4, so I believe that'd be 2. And look at the rules for this again. Fatigue. Fatigue. Yeah, where are the rules for combat fatigue? I can't find them. I'm trying to remember if I take it like 2 and then a base 1 or just the 2.
I found combat fatigue. It's right before section 8.
In the lore or the combat one?
Combat rules.
Oh, okay, I was in the wrong document. That's why. Okay, just the so I take 2.
I'm at mine too.
You should do something about that, Nora.
I'm at mind 4.
I heard drinking is good this time of year. Anyways.
But Nora doesn't drink since the marriage.
That's trauma for you to unpack, not for me.
That won't happen.
Anyways, you all return to the Greg Maze as it's leaving post haste.
With quick movement.
Wick? John Wick?
Quick. Okay, that's.
Emet.
Did I have a stroke?
Huh?
Sorry, I was like so confused what was being said.
What is up, director?
Hello?
Hi,
Yeah.
can you hear us?
This is ground control to Major Tom.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay,
I can hear
cool.
you.
Okay,
Okay.
I can hear you as well. I was like, can they hear me?
I feel like we just got into a weird rhythm right there.
Yeah.
The vibe was off. Anyways, so Emmett, I believe that's the second fight you've ever been in.
That is, it's been a interesting time. First fight, uh, shot down a walker frame, saw a dead body, did a drug bust. Second fight, holy shit, 6 cruisers
They're not crew, they were destroyers.
destroyed. Holy shit, 6 destroyers.
Yeah, those are not fun odds.
Uh,
You know,
we ran from the fight victoriously.
well, when the objective was kill General Kusnadi, and you only learn this in a couple days, surviving actually is victory. You have thwarted their objectives. Because the Greg Maze was the target.
Oh, well, that's good.
And presumably we damage a couple destroyers, so that's really a win.
That's expensive.
For them. They
Indeed.
lost more walker frames than you did. Nora.
Yes.
So the hot seat. What a time with it.
What a time indeed.
You know, Nora, as you're walking up to the bridge to go give a report to Colonel Baji, what are you thinking?
Nora's just thinking about the fact that, man, she'd rather have Philippe do this. It's not her thing. At least she didn't have to worry about doing it as much with the whole communications.
Well, Philippe is technically preparing the rest of the flight in case, they show up again, so it falls to you as executive officer.
Right. What a role she's in.
Indeed. And you arrive at the bridge where you see a Cronian lady sitting in the big chair, as it were, on bridge. Discussing with, Brigadier Parvez. And you go over you see the colonel at the tactical computer talking with some of the staff officers. And you float on over.
Nora just salutes Captain Nora, reporting for mission completion.
Baji immediately turns to you and says, "Excellent work, Captain Callaghan, on your routine scouting sortie."
Thank you, ma'am.
Baji's a man. Psst. Baji is a man.
Sorry, I don't know why. That's off. Thank you, sir.
So, anything you see out there before our little scuffle all started with these fine tourists?
We ran into a frigate and 2 destroyers.
Did you run them down? What's their status?
We managed to thwart their walker frames, destroy many of them before they decided to run off. We weren't able to do any real damage to them, so we returned back to the Greg Maze.
Understood. I'll tell the brigadier and the commander. And the new toy?
Repeat that, sir?
The new toy.
It's working quite well. We were able to use it as a sort of booster to get here faster.
Sure, Croncom's gonna love to hear that their new fancy project's working out.
I think it does pretty well regarding the pilot, sir.
That's good to hear. Well, I promised chow, Captain, so I suggest you go get something to eat while you still can.
Yes, sir. And Nora would salute again and go back to get chow.
And in the hangar, Jamie, Jeanne, Emet, how's it hanging?
If Emin is around, there's just, in the background. You see, I'm not a bad shot.
She stares up. You got hit.
Once, and the beam shield took it.
Yes, but she points up to your like the upper part of your chest. That is slag on our walker frame. You got hit.
I got hit. And I'll clean it off. And when you get hit, you'll do the same, right?
No, we'll do the same because as I would need to remind you, I'm your wizzo. I don't pilot this thing solo. That's for barbarians, you see.
It's a big sigh. What was it like back here? While the fight was going on?
Terrifying, but what else is new?
Better or worse than being in the back seat?
Much worse. I don't think I have a. I don't think personally, Emet, I was ever cut out to be a sailor.
What? Yeah. How are Weaver and Jean doing right now?
Yeah, Weaver, what are you doing?
He's probably pulling his full shot rifle apart as soon as it's practicable, because I think at this point he's convinced that something must be wrong with it, because he has tagged so many frames and failed to do significant damage. Having us hit one frame 3 times with full shot beam rifles and not downing it is baffling to him based on what he thinks he knows about this weapon system.
Something's just wrong.
Something's wrong, because it'd be one thing if he full on missed, he'd go hit the range more. But when he's connecting but failing to punch through, he's getting paranoid.
I see. When side saddle, actually, when Siesta comes over to you, and he says, "Lace, what are you doing?"
What am I?
You could be here.
Oh,
Just why I didn't get a close look at the internals on this thing. Something doesn't seem to be adding up.
it does seem that you're.
When I'm hitting and failing to destroy walker frames, it's frustrating.
Well, are you hitting them in the right spots?
Evidently not.
Scott turns to you, Jean, and asks, "Well, how about you? You have a full shot, right?"
John kind of thinks to herself, and she says, "It might be better to start switching to the recoilless rifle." newer walker frame models can usually take the hit. These things were designed for older, less protected walker frames, beam shields, and coating. Although I can, if well, it depends on how well the shot lands, but most of the time, a solid hit still won't be enough. In the old days, a full shot beam rifle was essentially a death sentence for anyone who got hit by one. It might also be a difference between weight. Did you use any other weapons before the full shot weaver?
Sorry, how do you mean?
Well, the full shot beam rifle is a bit heavier than most other walker frame weapons on account of how much of its space is taken up by the onboard generator. It's how we get such powerful shots, even if they don't seem to be doing much. If you're more accustomed to using other walker frame weapons, it could be that you haven't accommodated for the weight yet.
I'm comfortable with my level of familiarity with it. And he'll kind of say that like just slightly clipped tones, because
Yeah, you see Jean Scott look at you like, maybe you shouldn't have said it like that. Or at all.
like it's a perfectly reasonable
Thing to
assumption.
say.
I just go with like Weaver's got firearms 5. He is in fact a good shot. It just does not seem to be connecting. Like his range scores are presumably quite good.
Theoretically, one of the best shots there is.
I've seen how well you fire I've seen how well you shoot in the range. Or maybe perhaps she kind of looks towards his walker frame. We could have Emet take a look at it. There may be a chance that the OS of your Brady hunt hasn't been. She thinks for a second. Maybe itself hasn't been updated for the full shot beam rifle. These are quite old.
Yeah, but the Brady Hunt was designed to use the thing. If anything, it's the only weapon you could be sure you can use it reliably with.
Perhaps a system bug then?
Scott,
It's
structure
not a
shield.
bad suggestion, but we were just gonna start like muttering to himself as he starts like popping panels off this thing. Because if anyone's obsessively checked their equipment, it's him.
Well, there's hardware, but it could be a software issue. Never forget, software bends out. Sorry, it could be a software issue. Like, hardware is one thing, but software could just as easily fail.
Like step back for a second, think. I suppose that could be. And I admit software is not my particular forte.
That's why we could try to let's see if Emet could take a look at the software. These have been in service for quite some time.
Almost 40 years.
Let's stay here. I'll go get Emet.
I will. If someone needs to ask him, I'll do it. And he'll say that like he's got kind of a pained expression on his face because
Face your pride.
yeah, he's got his pride, right? Of like, oh great, I'm gonna have to ask the new guy who's managed to rack up kills in his like
2 sorties.
2 sorties. Like what John's suggesting is not wrong, but Weaver's probably not gonna go for it right away. His pride is a bit stung, and like asking the Wonder Kid definitely doesn't seem like something he's going to want to do right away. No offense, damn it.
No, it's a totally reasonable opinion.
It's Emet. He's got the protagonist energy. He took all the protagonist energy from all of us the second he showed up. He's got the fancy walker frame. He's got.
I'm so sorry. Like the luck vampire is crazy though. I mean, you weren't rolling great before, but
He was rolling. I mean, okay, but let's think. The first 2 rolls you did this session were really good, despite the fact you were at disadvantage and they weren't.
That's true.
built
That is
for your
true. I
opponent.
passed 2 checks where I had zeros in the skill. It was
Yeah,
the
that
skills I'm good at that I can't roll. It's funny.
The fates just hate you.
The smart thing to do would be, take John's advice. The thing that's probably going to happen is Weaver's going to lock himself and do more training because that's his coping mechanism.
Well, Emet, you see Lace float on over.
does he?
Yes, I just said he does.
Okay. Hey, what's up? Everything all right?
Sorry. He would have kept digging through this. He would not have gone to approach Emet. Sorry,
I
think
thought
that
you
might
said
have-
you would.
He said if it's necessary, he would. He was telling John, don't fucking do that.
I
But
see.
he's not going to do it. Sorry. Weaver's having a sulk right now. Sorry.
And then Emet, you see Jamie sulking in the corner.
Hey, everything all right? No, we're all back safe.
Yep. Everything's fine. And he's just going to
I
stare
would
at his his
I would
walker frame's
super
right
duper
now.
love to make an empathy check right now.
I'll just give it to you. Don't. You know.
Hey man, what's this about? I'm not gonna beat around the bush with it, you know?
Just having frustration with having the shots that I've managed to connect do any real damage, apparently.
I mean, you're not a bad shot.
Just a non-committal grunt.
There's one thing. Both of the fights we've been in, you've all been firing from pretty far away, and pretty much every time, every target's had a chance to get its beam shield up in your direction. I'm not exactly anything close to an expert on the Brady hunt, but aren't walker frames most effective in ambush tactics? When the enemy doesn't know where you're shooting from?
We've rarely had the luxury of being the one to be launching the ambushes, it seems.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. More of the thought of, well, you saw that I flew up when we were engaging the Dons, right?
Yes.
Yeah. The Brady hunt isn't slow, I don't think.
No, it's very much not.
Like
Perfectly adequate.
with the Thornburn's normal pack, you're about as maneuverable as I am, to be honest. You could probably skirt around the edge of a battlefield to get yourself a better vantage point.
Yes.
How
Well,
every time he speaks, he's getting sulkier, isn't he?
100%. Like, Emmett's not wrong with what he's saying. But
It's the most by the book suggestion you've ever heard. By this is
yeah, it's also Weaver's like
stupid
having
fucking school
yeah,
kid.
just like be smarter, do better, which is not wrong, but he's not responding to it.
It's the most unhelpful right answer.
Yeah,
Nothing burger.
yeah.
I mean, I could try to dig around in the guts a little bit, see if I could tighten things up, so to speak. The tolerances in your sight might be a little bit off.
I'll take that under advisement.
All right.
Appreciate the offer.
He's so bad.
He's having a big sulk, and Weaver's not good at hiding that either.
They're both very
his
bad at hiding things. We saw that with our first rolls of the session.
The two worst liars you know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you did good out there no matter what.
Mm. Nice flying today.
Oh well, thanks. I was more worried about my shooting. She normally does all of it. He sort of thumb over his shoulder back to where Emet is, if she's still in the hangar.
She is.
Just a pained groan from Weaver at that.
What have Jeanne and Nora gotten up to since?
Jeanne, I have a question.
Yes.
You got a victory, right?
Yes, I did.
It's her second, I think.
Yes, it is. My second Walker frame victory.
Not including the two dudes you stabbed. With
Yes.
a knife.
Yes. Well, with a sword, but same difference. What is a sword but a bigger knife?
What is a knife but a really small sword?
Really, like
What?
a knife is a tiny sword, and a sword is a great knife. You know.
Gonna challenge channel our inner Shiro Emiya.
Yeah. But yes, I
Arrows
did
and
get.
swords are all rocks, so they're all the same thing.
What is a nuke but two rocks hitting each other really hard?
So true.
Anyways, Jeanne,
Yes.
you see the side saddle next to me, next to you, next to me. I am a disembodied
Wow.
voice.
Wow. Is that Gomine from hit series? Wow.
I'm
From
a
the
hit
news
se-
game,
I'm from a
from the
hit series.
RPG podcast. Wow.
He's all 20 of our subscribers.
Wow. Oh, yes. The side saddle is next to me. John says, side saddle.
I heard you
Is
bagged
there
one.
something I can... Hmm?
Heard you bagged one.
Yes. I managed to get a lucky shot.
Hmm?
I managed to get a good shot on him. It tagged him, and, well, to be honest, the pilot did most of the work. Ended up flying into an asteroid.
He brings his hand up next to his neck, and he starts making a cutting motion against it, and with a raised eyebrow, as if to ask you.
No, I hope that the pilot didn't meet his end there. Though it was a rough crash, I can't exactly guarantee it, but I don't think so.
Shrugged his shoulders. Doesn't really matter.
I suppose not.
You know what does matter, though?
What?
You're 3 away.
Oh, yes, I suppose I am. Perhaps I should prioritize. She thinks for a moment. Says that. Well, I suppose the title of ace is rather attractive to any pilot.
You should be
Well,
more excited about this. Come on. Their aces are the best of the best.
well, I suppose it'd be reassuring to the rest of the to the rest of the ship if there was two aces aboard the ship.
Hey, if we're really lucky, 3. I only need one more.
You, that's true. This is part of Shock's team, right? He's part of Shock's team, right?
Yep.
Well then, if you only need one more, I suppose if things go well for me, I'll be catching up to you soon.
You're no fun with the spouter.
I'm sorry?
Come on, where's your sense of excitement, competitiveness?
She sighs. Maybe I'm just a bit too. Maybe I'm just a bit too. She shrugs. Maybe I've yet to adjust to it. As strange as it sounds, the pilot mindset.
I don't know. I think the major's rubbing off on you.
The mate. He kind of purses her lips a bit.
What? You're both big
He,
softies.
well, he is a kind person, yes. Very well. Well, she just says, I don't exactly take pleasure in fighting, but she kind of offers a hand to side saddle and gives him a smile. I'll be sure to catch up to you rather quickly then. Try to make it more exciting for you.
Yeah, like thanks. Because there's no
No
way in
problem.
hell I'm catching up with Freak of Nature over there, and he points his finger over to Courage.
Well, she is pilots like her are once in a lifetime. Though, how many kills does Emet have?
Yeah, Emmett, what are you at victories wise?
He in 2 sorties has gotten equal with Jeanne.
Oh, so he's only 2. Though Emet,
However,
Jumprope. Oh,
however, I love gambling.
yeah. I should gamble more. Maybe I should switch to the early recoilless rifle so I can purely for more gambling. But yes, she says, Emmett, Jumprope has been doing pretty well for himself. He might catch up with the both of us pretty soon.
Ah, please.
Worried that someone fresh out the academy might be as good as you?
No, please, come on. Let's not kid ourselves. The machine's doing most of the work.
She kind of thinks to herself as she says, I would like to pilot one of those newer generation walker frames. I am getting a bit tired of having to simply stay behind and fire. Though I guess I could try adapting a more, she thinks for a moment of how to describe Emet, adventurous way of piloting.
It wouldn't be too hard to convert one of these things into a Bradbury 2.
Do you think I should maybe ask the major?
Well, yeah, if you're up for it. Granted, they're probably gonna throw you out near the front.
She nods.
Because with the beam
I don't.
shield, you have it for a reason. If you're not acting aggressively,
She nods as she says, to be honest, I detest having to stay on the back line and leave the front closing fighting to Emmett and Courage. So it would be a nice, she thinks for a minute. I suppose it would be better for me to try and fight up front, up close and personal. It's just not my stuff. It just doesn't sit well with me having to leave, put my wingmen in danger while I simply sit behind, you know?
Well, we go where our flight leads tell us to.
That we do. Though I don't think the major or the captain would be so opposed to that. She kind of thinks back to the ball and how she got 2 dare to dives in close combat. I don't think they'd be opposed to having me in the front line. Hmm.
Hmm?
She sits up. Thank you, Sidestep. Thank you, Sidestep.
Besides that,
I think I'll go ahead and. Oh, thank you, Sidestep. My bad. My bad, Sidesaddle. Thank you, Sidesaddle. I think I'll go speak with the captain now. Get that ball rolling.
don't let her bite your head off.
Oh, I try not to every day.
I wonder how that would feel.
And
You hear him mutter as you leave.
and she is going to go meet with Captain Callaghan to ask about upgrading.
And Nora, you return to the hangar. And
Captain Callaghan.
Nora looks up from looking at where she was, looking at her arm or walker frame. She was checking it over to see if there was any damage, as well as looking if anything got lost. She looks at you and she just says, "Yes."
I just wanted to. Well, first, I wanted to say you did an excellent job in leading the team today, ma'am.
Thank you, John. Was there something you needed?
He kind of thinks for a second. Well, I was discussing with Side Saddle, and he suggested that I could maybe try upgrading the Brady Hunt that I pilot to a Brady 2. And I wanted to go with you first, as the Major is currently discussing with the General, and we might as well speak with you as the what's this term?
executive officer.
As the executive officer, if I could see about upgrading my machine. I can't say I'm too comfortable having to simply sit back while I let Emmett and Hunt do all the up close fighting. And
Who?
she kind of gets a little uncomfortable.
Who's Hunt?
Emmett and Courage. Did you hear another name? I said Emmett and Courage.
That's the kind of
Emmett and
yeah. Emmett and who?
that woman sounds like that Hunt person sounds like they'd be dangerous. Sure. Yeah. Anyway, she says, I can't say I feel too comfortable leaving Emmett and Courage to do all the up close fighting. And she kind of like gets uncomfortable again as she thinks about that guy she stabbed in the throat that one time. If you remember our engagement at the ball, I think you can agree with me that I may be more at home up close and personal than simply sniping from the back line.
Nora thinks for a moment. This may mess with cohesion since you usually work with the Major. We'd be down another Brady Hunt.
But we would gain a Brady too. She kind of thinks for a moment. I understand if you're apprehensive about this decision.
Did Courage weigh in on this?
I actually haven't spoken to Courage about it. I could get her advice if you'd like.
It may be best if you do. Courage does fly a Bradbury too.
Understood, ma'am. I'll speak with her right away. Oh, and one more thing.
Yes.
I noticed you were a bit distracted today. I think we both are having a lot going through our heads, but good job today, ma'am.
Nora kind of pauses for a moment, not realizing that any of it was obvious to anyone. And then she just finally says, "Thank you, Jeanne."
And with that, Jeanne will give her a nod, not a salute, a nod, the most human, and walk away to Courage.
You find Courage.
Big
Nora,
Fred.
Yeah, Nora?
Nora, like, kind of looks down for a moment. It just kind of just says to herself, "I think my hair might be getting longer again," and walks off to go back to her bunk.
And hey, remember, Jeanne has her hair in a quite long braided
No.
hairstyle.
Actually, a great image as you're saying that you walk off at split screen. As you know, you're walking away from one another.
Yeah,
You know, it's a side profile, so you can get a view of how long everyone's hair is.
yeah, Jeanne's hair being way longer than Nora's.
Yeah, Nora's is currently at kind of shoulder length. Her hair used to be much longer.
And you find Courage, Jeanne, who's popped up a chair next to her Bradbury 2 and is currently scarfing down a burrito.
No, Jeanne will look up to the Bradbury too, and know the appropriateness of this. Courage,
Yeah?
do you mind if I asked for your advice on something?
She stands up, shoves the rest of the burrito in her mouth. You hear a comical gulp. It says, "What did you need, Lieutenant?"
I was speaking with Side Saddle from Shock's team, and he suggested, as I'm 2 kills, and with all things considered, that it might be best for me to try to upgrade to a Bradbury 2. Considering you pilot one of these, I'd like for your input on the subject.
She blinks for a second. What's there really to say?
Well, there's a difference between the Brady Hunt and the Bradbury in terms of what's the term? In terms of use, the Bradbury 2 being a frontliner, while the Brady Hunt is a backline sniper.
Well, the 2 is more of a general purpose machine.
That's true. Still, I figured I'd perhaps get some input on that. I know it'd break a bit of unit cohesion, but I feel, well, to put it simply, I just don't like having to sit behind while I watch you and Demick go ahead and fight. I feel like I could be doing more.
Well, our flight is currently over strength. I could probably move to 4th flight.
Are you sure?
Well, what difference does it really make?
I suppose it doesn't make much of a difference. Plus, if I were to upgrade to the Bradbury, we'd have 3 Brady Hunts, 2 Bradburys, and the Universal Walker framed Emet pilots.
You know, that's a still a 3-2 split. Granted, I'm not the major. I don't have a final say on this, but
Yeah, it depends on what the Major says, but I have a feeling he won't exactly deny a request of mine,
well, and
as presumptuous as that sounds of me.
well, I suppose yeah, and we'll talk. Then you want to know about the Bradbury too? Did you ever train on one, or did you only ever train on the Bradbury one?
I'm only really too familiar with the Bradbury 1.
So,
Most of the Bradbury 2s, if memory serves, are currently serving.
so the biggest difference. She scratches the top of her head. It takes her beret off to mess around with it a little bit. Is that the addition of the beam shield actually reduces the amount of the power plant you can call on at any given point?
Right, since most of it is being diverted to the beam shield at all times.
Yeah, although compared to the one, the two has more advanced electronics. So,
Look,
when it comes to shooting, it should be a moderate downgrade. The speed should stay the same, but your ability to bully your way into situations, assuming, of course, you pick the right targets, is a lot higher.
I think I could make up for the disadvantage in its electronics with my general skill. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I think I could overcome the electronics deficiency with my own personal firearm skills. I'm confident in my ability to aim. So
Well,
maybe
do you think you can keep up
might
with
be better.
me and the Thornburn?
She nods. And she says, I'll have to. And, well, I know it doesn't exactly translate, but there was the ball.
Well, if you want to practice, I don't mind getting a new sparring partner besides Peter for The Sims.
I'd appreciate that. Thank you, Courage.
Of course, I'd make time for you. Oh, she like ruffles your hair.
Uh, she sighs and straightens her hair out a bit. Well, I suppose I'll be working with you if the Major decides to upgrade me.
Well, we'll certainly see. And we cut to Jamie, who is Frep.
Frep may be AFK or at least muted.
Sorry, my headset apparently was turned way down. Did not catch that.
So
I'm guessing that I thought everyone was just talking fairly quietly. Apparently, I just had the scroll wheel turned all the way down by accident.
I hate it when that happens. Anyways, what
Slightly awkward.
what is Jamie up to?
Oh, he's probably buggered off to The Sims immediately because he's having a big sulk. So his solution is like just pour more sweat equity into the problem and hope for the best.
I like
Which is like not probably wise, as everyone gave like legitimate reasons of like, it could be a software thing. He's pretty sure it's just a him issue.
Oh.
No, it can't be.
Is this not how your big grand adventure in Saturn was supposed to go?
Yeah, it's not really going so great. Go see if he, good enough to hang, and evidence is so far suggesting not really. So he's definitely having a bit of a crisis of confidence right now. And just like everyone else on Blue Team, he really handles those thoughts healthily and doesn't just bottle things up to no good end.
I see. Jamie,
Yes.
you hear some footsteps come next to you.
He'll turn to see.
You see Shock. Who is also here for range time.
He'll like incline his head. Shock.
You look like hot garbage, Lace. The fuck's wrong with you? And for God's sake, stand up straight. Come on.
Like straighten up, I guess, at that. Like, I'm not exactly sure what's wrong.
Well, have you tried kicking his ass?
I mean, kind of. And he'll like gesture down the range.
Well, what's the issue then? I don't think you're exactly even close to a middling shot on this ship.
Oh, the only thing it can be.
Well, have you considered that you got shit luck then?
I try not to put any faith in luck.
Maybe you should.
Guess I'd rather be good than lucky.
Man, fuck that. The lucky ones get to live.
Hmm.
So what the fuck do you have to sulk about? Your flight only wins ends.
I guess it's true. The flight does seem to do well.
That's the only damn thing that matters.
He'll just like doesn't really have a response to that. Because again, he probably knows he's just sulking at this point, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he can shake himself out of it right away.
I'm sulking. I know it, but I'm not gonna stop.
Right? Like, you can recognize that somebody's making good arguments, even if you don't actually listen to them.
Lieutenant Lace.
Yes, ma'am?
Get the fuck out of this range, and I want you to go to your bunk and think about why the fuck you are here in this range. Because it does not really matter who shoots down the enemy frame, as long as it does get shot down. What? Are you here just because it insulted your personal honor that Courage gets more kills than you?
You'll kind of blank at that because despite him like sulking what everyone else, because Courage never bothered him for whatever reason. I assume it's because he showed up and she was already the like squadron ace. Just kind of like blink dumbly at that. No, ma'am.
Now get your head out of your ass. Don't be fucking stupid, Lace.
Very well. He'll like, I guess, exit the range, still like sulking, but admonished for it at least.
And stand up straight. That was a fucking order, you piece of shit.
Now this is he in fact slouching or is this just
You said sulking, I assumed.
Oh no. Be straight back. It's not he's sulking, not skulking. But I thought maybe that was just like Shock's particular brand of encouragement. Just shout at people till until morale improves.
No, it's simple. It's called them a bitch ass motherfucker until morale improves.
Seems reasonable.
Until it isn't. Anyways, speaking of reasonable until it isn't. What, is that amusing?
That's a pretty good line.
No, it's fun. Don't worry about it.
Well, Nora, you're in your office in the aviation department.
I knew it was gonna be me. In my office, the aviation department.
When the door opens.
You have a minute, ma'am?
I do. She looks at him blankly. Come in.
He comes in, but doesn't sit down. I don't know why, but he doesn't.
He doesn't know why either.
Yes, Emet.
Ma'am, something was off today.
What?
Well, any other day you would have had us go chase those ships down.
Maybe. Why?
I don't know. I get that the major's not here, but is something throwing you off your game?
Nora, how do you feel at this question?
Nora feels like slightly called out, but also she knows he's not wrong, but she does not want to admit it. And she doesn't like that anybody caught on to it.
I get that it's not my place to ask, but, with you being in the hot seat, so to speak, with the major out of the picture right now, we all know that he's good, and I'm not exactly doubting your capabilities. I've seen you work with him. But, I guess I want to know what's going on. Sorry. I was never great at the whole chain of command thing.
It's nothing, Emet. Don't worry about
I so want to make an empathy check here because I don't think that he believes that, but I don't know how much he doesn't believe it.
Let's find out. Keen empathy.
Keen empathy, that'll be.
Nora,
I can be.
charm, deception.
Oh, charm deception.
One success. 7 under 7.
Four failures.
What's that? A difference of 4?
I think so.
Well, to say the very least, Nora, the cards are all on the table, and Emet can see most of them.
Yeah, she doesn't like this. She kind of laughs, and she just looks to the side. Why are you asking it?
Listen, we both know that our start wasn't the best.
Where?
Did you say? I didn't quite catch what you said there.
So I think someone might have come over the mic for a second.
Yeah,
Okay.
must be.
And to be frank, I still think you're kind of an ass sometimes, especially to Peter. But we all put our trust in you, and all this to say that I'm worried. Okay, like just a little bit, just a little bit. Not that you're gonna get us killed, because everybody's really good pilots, but I don't know. Sometimes you have that little voice in the back of your head that says, "Go check this out." You know. Are you all right?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I haven't had someone ask me this in a while.
Really? I mean, I assumed you had at least one friend on the ship.
I don't talk to many people in it. It's not what I do, not anymore. I just get my work done and I move on. I'm fine, though, Emmett. I had bad dreams earlier. Just reminded me of something.
All right. Well. Oh, I'm gonna regret this. If you need to talk to somebody, I can't say no. He sort of like taps at his rank insignia, which is, yes, lower than yours.
I know you can't say no, Emmett. That doesn't make it any better. Just don't worry about it. It's something I can deal with on my own.
Look, I didn't grow up on one of the ships, but the way I was raised, one person's problem, is everybody's problem. Because, at least back on the ships, one person's problem became everybody else's problem pretty quick. At least that's the way my mom said. So, the way I figure it, especially if you're in charge, it's your problem, it's all of our problem. It's our job to help you if we can.
There's nothing I can do about it now. There's nothing anyone can do about it.
Oh.
Just she looks back at her work. Will that be all in it?
Yeah. Sorry, this was totally improper, I'm sure.
I'm not going to report you for it or something.
Yeah, you didn't seem like the type. What is it, Director?
I was just about to ask, did you want to dig into that more? Can't do anything about it? Not anymore?
I mean, okay. What do you mean by that? You can't do anything about it anymore. Like, even if it's something that happened a long time ago, you know. If it's bothering you, kind of talking to somebody might help. Doesn't have to be me. There's a doctor on the ship. Is there a therapist?
I don't need therapist.
Wait, hold on a minute, Mecha.
I don't need therapy, says the woman who needs therapy more than anyone in the campaign.
I don't know. Military organizations, especially ships, usually have some kind of at least psychiatrist. Somebody who can prescribe, medication.
Yeah. They don't talk feelings. They give medicine to make the problem go away.
I mean, they do that after talking about feelings sometimes.
Depending on the unit, chaplains.
Yeah.
We've had chaplains around the military.
It's the space 80s. We got Quaaludes for that.
Army chaplains have been around since like World War II. Actually, probably before that movement.
The ship has a chaplain, right? Even if,
Wait. No, it wasn't. Religion. Oh, it's somebody you're going to say they're going to keep chaplains around.
Huh? Why would they have chaplains around? What are you, a secessionist?
Congratulations, they've moved the one mental health support structure in the military. Woo!
Yeah, because chaplains did act as like that mental. Not always, but I know there are some cases where chaplains did serve that purpose.
Religion is secessionist.
Even people who weren't religious.
Welcome to the Soul Federation. They really hate organized religion, like a lot. Like to an irrational degree.
It probably would be a different role now. I just don't know what it'd be called.
Anyway.
It just wouldn't be the religious thing. Yeah, anyway.
Moving on.
There's gotta be someone on the ship whose job it is, to deal with this kind of thing.
I was gonna say, it's personnel issues. Is it Nora's job? Is that the problem? Because she's the XO for the pilot?
Technically, yes.
I think it's a really appropriate time to reveal the fact that Emet's name in his middle name means true heart, and motherfucker, he's about to get to the true heart of all your problems if he can. Let me dig this out of you.
There's no one like that, Nora says simply.
How do they expect anybody to do their job then? If a bad dream makes a commander start hesitating.
There was no hesitation there. I just changing the way I was doing things.
Do you believe that?
Of course.
All right. Well, I'll have to take your word for it, I guess.
Was that all?
Well,
Listen, I can't tell you what to do, obviously. Um, but you keep having those kinds of bad dreams, it's going to keep affecting you on the field. And it's our asses on the line. So, you can't figure it out on your own. There's a lot of people on the ship. There's got to be somebody you haven't pissed off.
Okay, second lieutenant, I'll think about it.
Yeah, yeah. There's still some chow left in the mess hall. It's cold, but it's better than nothing.
All right. I'll need to finish my work first. And then Nora just goes back to doing her work.
and Emet, I presume you leave.
Yeah.
As the camera pans out from the Greg Mayas as we come to a close on today's episode of Tension and Soul.